Hello, footballers. This is going to be a little playbook, informational strategy video for you guys so we can be prepared for our first game. This first page here, you can pause it and read all of that stuff and then resume and we'll move on. All right, so in this first slide here, this is when we are kicking to them. So this could be happening at the beginning of the game or the beginning of the second half. So notice your names are on the bottom and we will be going up, which would be forward. So kind of locate where you're standing and I'll give you an idea of what your job is. So the X's are the enemy team. They might not be in this exact formation, but they do have to have at least 5 people between 5 and 15 yards off the ball, and the rest of them can be behind them at some point. The goal here, of course, I've talked about it before, is that these 2 outside players will need to contain the ball into the middle of the field. We do not want the ball going outside to the sidelines. Everyone else is supposed to maintain roughly an alley. So, try to stay within your alley. But that being said, if the ball is way over here, I don't expect this person to be way over on this side of the field. So it's just important that you don't give up the sideline, but still pursue the ball and try to grab flags. Make sure that you get off your blocks. Use your hands to push their hands off of yours. We'll talk more about how to get off blocks in the future, but try to get away from the blocker so you can grab the flags of the ball. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. This person in the middle here, Edwin, he will be kicking for our first game, unless something comes up, but maybe we can get him to practice during recess or something. Do not move until the ball is kicked. Okay, neither of these 5 players here on defense or any of our offensive kicking players can move until the ball is kicked. But once the ball is kicked, try to get down to the ball carrier as soon as possible. All right, this next slide is when we are receiving a kick. And so they will be kicking off this direction, and we will be running it up towards the top. So these 5 players, anybody, if the ball is kicked to anybody on our team, they can grab it and run. Most of the time, the kickers will be able to get it past these 5 people and to our receiving 4 people there. What's important here is these front 5 people. Actually, we should probably spread them out a little bit here. I want to get our outside people a little farther out. What I want them to do, all 5 of these people, is as soon as the ball is kicked, to back up until they think, probably not see, because they do need to kind of keep an eye on the people behind them, but running backwards until they think the ball is going to be caught, then turning around and trying to find someone to block. I would like these outside people to try to get out here and try to block these outside people towards the middle of the field to open up the sidelines for the run if possible. If there's any opportunity for any of these 4 people to get to the sideline, that would be great. That's not always possible, and so a cutback can be really great as well. Now, if you're one of these 4 people back here, 3 of you have to block, and you cannot block from behind the ball carrier. So once the decision is made for someone to catch the ball, and they will hopefully call the ball loudly so the other people know, the other 3 people have to run ahead. So hopefully while the ball is still in the air, someone will say, I got it, I got it, I got it. And the rest of the people will then forget the ball, run ahead of the person catching it, and find someone to block. So, like for instance, if Evie were to call the ball, um, EB Eliseo would try to get the leftmost person. Probably um, Finley would try to get the rightmost person, and then Finn would get the person in the middle. Okay, so you have to kind of spread out your blocks to the available person. If more than one person call the ball, um, hopefully someone will then call it again even louder to show like they're going to get to the ball, and the rest of the people need to get to the blocking. Okay. Um, Most of the time, I see people who don't get the ball end up at the same level or below the people who catch the ball, and they're essentially worthless at that point. So try to get in front of the ball carrier so you can actually put your body on somebody and block them. Okay. Um, Next thing. Okay, defense. So the X's again are offense. Let me talk about their offense for a moment. It may not look like this. What it does have to look like is there has to be 5 people on the line of scrimmage. In this case, you see these 4 X's here, and this X here is on the line of scrimmage. Everyone else is considered in the backfield. So this guy's like a yard back. This guy's like a yard back. So they have to have 5 on the line of scrimmage. It doesn't have to be these 5 people. So this person could be a yard back. This person could be up here. This person could be way over here, and this person could be here. Okay. But what's important to note after you decide who's on the line and who's not is that we need to figure out who the eligible receivers are. In this case, the eligible receivers are always the people on the line of scrimmage. So of these 5 here, the people on the end are always eligible. Okay. Anybody on the line of scrimmage who is covered up by an eligible receiver is not eligible. So for instance, this person and this person and this person is not eligible to catch the ball because they are being covered by this person and that person. Okay. Now, since this person is one big step behind the line, they're considered in the backfield and they are eligible. Okay. So if this person was up here, they are no longer eligible because they are covered by this receiver. However, if this person is back here, this person is now eligible. So, whoa, didn't mean to do that. So, what's going on there? Don't do that. Go back. Okay. So, in this formation here, eligible people will be everybody in the backfield. 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the ends. 5, 6. So there's like 6 eligible players here. Okay. So the job of the first 4 people on our defense here, the defensive line, there's 2 jobs here. The main job of all 4 of them are to contain the quarterback and or hand off to a running back in this area. Okay, so we don't want that ball, if given to anybody in here, to go outside of this U shape. So the job of this person here is to rush around on the outside edge and try to get to whoever has the ball from the outside. Remember, protecting this line of scrimmage over here. Same thing as this person over here. They're trying to go outside. Sometimes what will happen is this person will start cheating out here, and this person will want to cut inside in between, right? So if this person kind of comes way out here, this person will want to cut inside. Okay. Now, it can be successful to do that, but it's somewhat risky because if this person now is able to come outside, containment is now ruined, and that can be very bad. Also, if this person happens to be an eligible receiver on the play, which you'll be able to figure out, the quarterback can throw the ball over you if you get past them to this person here, which we'll hopefully do when we're on offense. So these two people are supposed to rush outside and try to grab flags inside. These two people in the middle, I want their job to be to contain kind of this area here. So if there were to be a handoff or a short pass in this area, I want these people to be grabbing those flags. Okay, so these people don't really rush inside. They're not like trying to move all the way. Oops, sorry. They're not trying to move all the way in here and grab flags here. They're more kind of protecting this area. Now, these four people are kind of shown in this defensive play to be standing here, but that's not really the case. The job of these four people is to cover an eligible receiver. Okay, so like I said, the eligible receivers might be different depending on what the offense looks like. And so the safety is going to tell the people where to go. He's going to be like, you go there, you go there, you go there. And hopefully he'll use names or whatnot. And it is possible that the safety might have to pick up an eligible receiver. Sometimes the safety is like a quarterback spy. Like if the quarterback happens to be particularly fast, the safety is kind of like covering the quarterback more or less. The job of the safety here is nothing gets past the safety. He's the last line of defense if everybody else fails to get the flag and or cover the pass. Safety takes care of that. Okay. I'm going to stop this video for now, and then we'll move on to offense for the next video. All right.